the live stream at 3 o'clock. And I'm Christine Giordano Hanlon, the Monmouth County Clerk, and pursuant to New Jersey law, my office will be conducting the ballot draw for the 2025 primary election. This draw will determine the positions on the ballot for candidates. For those of you joining us for the first time, this process is conducted every year on a statutorily designated date and time prior to the primary election to determine positions on the ballot. Only the offices that have contests will be drawn. Pursuant to New Jersey 19:23-24, the names of the candidates to be drawn for each position are written on index cards of the same size, substance, and thickness, and are placed into a box that will be well shaken to thoroughly mix the cards. The names will be drawn and announced one at a time. The first name drawn shall be in the first position, the second drawn will be in the second position, and so on. There can be no interruptions to the draw. We will conduct the Republican drawing first and the Democratic primary second. So I'd ask that if you're here for only the Republican drawing, that you please exit the office at the conclusion so that people who would like to see the Democratic draw, if they arrive, have room to join us. I will now turn this over to my special deputy and staff to conduct the ballot draw. Republicans going first. Thank you, and God bless America.
All right, so first up we have Republican for governor. We have Jack Chitterelli, John Bramnick, Bill Spadia, Justin Barbera, and Mario M. Kranjak. All right, and the first name drawn is Mario Kranjak. Second name drawn is Bill Spadia. The third name drawn is Justin Barbera. The fourth name drawn is John Bramnick. And the last name drawn is Jack Chitterelli. Okay, next up we have General Assembly in the 13th District. So we have Rich Castaldo and Jerry Scharfenberger and Vicki Flynn. All right, first up we have Jerry Scharfenberger and Vicki Flynn. And next up we have Rich Castaldo. Next up we have Legislative District 30. You have Sean T. Keene and Edward H. Thompson III. All right, first up we have Sean T. Keene, and then Edward H. Thompson III. Okay, next up we have County Clerk. So you have Danielle Belomo, and you have Christine Giordano Hanlon. Sorry. Okay, first up you have Christine Giordano Hanlon. And you have next Danielle Belomo. Okay, next up we have County Commissioner. We have Thomas Arnone and Dominic Nick Duraco. We have Mary Katie Kelleher. And we have Ronald Osadax Jr. Okay, first up we have Ronald Osadax Jr. Thomas Arnone and Dominic Nick Duraco. And lastly, Mary Katie Kelleher. All right, next up we have Brielle Burrow. We have Court W. Gorham. We have Michael A. Gianforte. And you have Christine M. Laufer. All right, first up you have Christine M. Laufer. Michael A. Gianforte. and Court W. Gorham. Next up, we have Colts Neck Township. You have John Tobia, and you have Sue Fitzpatrick. First up, Sue Fitzpatrick. And John Tobia. All right, Englishtown Borough. All right, you have Alberto Miranda, Brendan Sharkey, Sean Atterbury, Alexi Reck, Jesse Hubel, and Jao Soares. I gave you one together. First up, we got Alberto Miranda, Jesse Hubel, Brendan Sharkey, Alexi Reck, Sean Atterbury, and Jao F. Soares. Next up, we have Freehold Township. So you have Michael R. Murphy and Maureen Fasano. First up, you have Michael Murphy. I can get my nails into this one. Maureen Fasano. Okay, next up we have Homedale Township. All right, first up is Gregory Buontempo and Prakash Santhanan. And Brian Foster and Kimberly LaMountain. First up, Gregory Buontempo and Prakash Santhanan. And Brian Foster and Kimberly LaMountain. Next up, we have Interlaken Borough. So you have Leonard Blasucci, and you have John R. Butler. First up, we have Leonard Blasucci, and we have John R. Butler. All right, next up we have Marlborough Township. Okay, so we have the group team of Oleg Alex Gample, Nicholas Stella, and Charles Anastasia. And Junid Quasi, Michael Millman, and Antoinette Denuzio. First up, Junid Quasi, Michael Millman, and Antoinette Denuzio. Oleg Alex Gample, Nicholas Stella, and Charles Anastasia. And that concludes the Republican part of the ballot draw. Okay, moving on. This one, now we're going to start with the Democrats for governor. So we have Ross J. Baraka, Stephen Fulop, Mikey Sherrill, Josh Gottheimer, Steve Sweeney, and Sean Spiller. First up, we have Stephen Fulop, Steve Sweeney, Mikey Sherrill, Josh Gottheimer, Ross J. Baraka, and Sean Spiller. All right, now we have Legislative District 10. We have Deborah DiDonato and Phil Nafrio, and Janine G. Bauer. First up, Deborah DiDonato and Phil Nafrio. And then Janine G. Bauer. All right, next up, we have General Assembly in the 12th District. You have Rashida Taib, and you have Kyler Deneen. First up, Rashida Taib. And second, you had Kyler Deneen. Next up, we'll be doing Atlantic Highlands Borough. You had Eileen F. Cusack and Brian W. Gorsinger. First up, Brian W. Gorsinger. And Eileen F. Cusack. Freehold Borough, you have Adam Reich and Margaret Rogers. All right, first you have Margaret Rogers. And Adam Reich. Lake Como Borough. You have Hawley Skull and Andrew Reiners. First up, Andrew Reiners. And Hawley Skull. Manalapan Township. You have Sherry Deutsch and Teresa Morrison. First up, Sherry Deutsch. Teresa Morrison. Next up we have Matawan. You have Daniel R. DeZeo. And you have Megan L. Taraskevich. First one you got is, if I can find this card. Yeah, it's got wedged in the corner. Daniel R. DeZeo. Next you have Megan L. Taraskevich. Neptune Township. Okay, first up you have Robert Lane Jr. and Tassie York, Jeffrey Lucian, Laura Riddell. First up, Laura Riddell, Robert Lane Jr. and Tassie York, Jeffrey Lucian. Okay. And lastly, we have Roosevelt Borough. So you have Constance Herstrom and Danielle Fagenbaum. First up, Danielle Fagenbaum. And Constance Herstrom. And that concludes today's ballot drawing. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Thank you. Thank you. Judy never wore short sleeves.